Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Rouki from the Shodo Super line for Hyakujuu Sentai Gaoranger. This was a premium Bandai release. The figure was released singly in this tiny box. You have a nice promo shot of the figure there on the front with this really awesome full moon background. Kind of a closer look at the figure here in kind of a growl pose. Not too much going down here on the bottom. And then we have him playing the flute over here on this side. And then he is in a couple of battle stances here on this side. And then on the back, you can see again, just, I don't know why, I guess they have so many warnings that they have to put. Because like you have this whole back of the packaging and it's just very tiny up here on the side. But it does show you all the accessories that he comes with and a couple pics of the figure there. So, very cool little figure. Let's go ahead, let's get him out of the box and we'll take a closer look. So here is Rouki out of the packaging, and he looks absolutely fantastic. They did a really nice job with him. Now, if you are a Power Rangers fan, this character was also known as Zenaku here when it was part of Power Rangers Wild Force, so he can serve dual purpose. But you can see he has his large kind of crescent moon weapon here. It does also have the open form that is included. I never really understood, what tactical advantage this weapon had by extending slightly. I feel like either one would do damage, but it does look neat. So you can go ahead and have him use whichever version you like better. And it does just kind of fit into his hand pretty nicely. It's a pretty tight grip, which is nice. He comes with a lot of different hand options. As you can see, I just popped that hand right out there. And we can go ahead and take it out of his hand. There we go. And then I can put this back in. So over here I have the flute in this like slightly larger hand. And let me zoom in here so you can see this. So you can see here that this hand has a much larger grip and this hand is a much tighter grip. Really, you can put the weapons in either one. It just seems like the tighter grip ones hold them a little better. I'm not 100% sure what this one's for. This one might just be kind of like a playing the flute hand, which is possible. I find that the smaller grip hands really hold all the accessories a lot better. So if I want to go ahead and put the flute in the smaller gripped hand, and now the whole hand is just falling off on me. There we go. So you can see that it really kind of sits in there very nicely. And while we're looking at it, let's go ahead and take a look at the flute. Really nicely painted there. You can see the Gal jewels. Very nice. So that's a cool little accessory. We're going to put that off to the side with his large crescent moon weapon. And we'll take a closer look at the individual figure itself. So the head looks fantastic. Wonderful molded detail. Very nice paint applications. You have the ears. You have the hair out the back. The horn. This does come separately and you just kind of plug that in and then it's very snug. Not going to fall out or anything like that. All of the wonderful detailing and paint here on the chest. The belt buckle down here. The shoulder pads. His gauntlets. And I don't know why the hands keep falling out so easily. They really don't fall out that easily. I just keep knocking them out, I guess. Let me make sure that they're plugged all the way in. So there is two ball joints here. There's one at the base of the neck and then there's another one at the base of the skull. So you can kind of see how we have the movement down there at the base of the neck. But then you also have movement here at the base of the skull. You do have to worry a little bit because the high collar kind of hits into the hair a little bit, but as long as you move it around, it shouldn't impede the motion. Just every now and then you might hit into that depending on how you're trying to move it around. But a very nicely detailed and painted head sculpt. They did a great job there. You have a ball joint here in the shoulder. So you can see there's a ball joint in here, as well as a bicep swivel. And then you have a really nice range of motion there for the elbow. And I feel like that's so that he can get that flute up to his mouth to play. So I really appreciate that. And then, like I said, you can rotate the wrists really just because the hands come completely out. And I'll show you his other hand options in a moment. Now you also have a ball joint kind of up here in the abdomen. So you can see how that can kind of move around. But then you also have a ball joint at the actual waist. So a lot of nice range of motion there. You can do some crunches. He's got these cloak pieces that are also on a ball joint. So you can kind of move these out. Get a nice, decent range of motion there. He's got a ball joint in the hip. And then he's got a thigh swivel, which is kind of tight on mine. Really nice paint here on the thighs and on the shins. I would say he's got over 90 degrees there in the knee, and then he's got a ball joint in the ankle, and you can see he does have some silver here on the boots, which looks really nice. So it's a really beautiful figure, very nicely detailed, very nicely painted, and the articulation is really just top notch. You even have a little bit of a butterfly joint, which I didn't mention. You can kind of do a little bit of back and forth with that. And he just really looks great. So let's go ahead and take a look at the hand options, because those are really the only accessories that I haven't shown you yet. So you get a giant hand tree. You can see you have some kind of like open hands with the splayed out fingers. You have the two tight grip hands. You have the two slightly open gripping hands. And then you have some closed fist hands. And then over here, I'm assuming that these are just kind of like, again, maybe flute playing hands, something like that. Or just kind of some stylized posing hands. So you do get a ton. You get 5 sets of fists. So I think that's pretty cool. Nice options there. But yeah, he really just looks good. And of course, we have to go ahead and pose him alongside some of the Shodo Super Gaorangers that came out previously. So you can see they do scale well. So you can have them fighting. And of course, I have to do a before and after. Spoilers, it's been quite a bit of time, but in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, these two look great together. Really nicely in scale with each other. Really, really look cool. I love this. I think they did such a good job with Rouki here. It was a little bit on the pricey side. After, you know, fees and shipping and everything and being a premium Bandai item, it was a little pricey. But it's absolutely a beautiful figure. It even has a little plug here on the back if you want to put them on a stand, which I think is pretty cool. But honestly, just the more I look at it, the more I can see more intricate detailing. All the sculpt work is really, really well done. And it's just an absolutely beautiful figure. So I think this is really cool. Definitely recommend checking this one out. At this point, because it was a premium Bandai release, if you're trying to pick this up, probably going to have to go on the aftermarket. You could try Toe Collectibles. That's where I picked mine up. He might have some in stock. Not 100% sure on that. Otherwise, I would check the usual suspects, Mandarake, Yahoo Japan Auctions, things like that, for the secondary market. I know a lot of people have been buying stuff on Japanese Mercari as well, so that's another option. But yeah, definitely recommend this guy. He looks absolutely fantastic, and he's just a perfect complement to the Shodo Super Gaoranger set that we got previously, and I'm really happy I decided to grab him. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.